The next day was officially our last day of trek, but it didn't dampen our enthusiasm a bit. The lodge we spent the night in was named Mingma Homestay. It is also a India Hike certified lodge, hence you can be sure of its hospitality and cleanliness. After a delicious breakfast of puri sabzi, we strapped our backpacks on our shoulders and started our journey towards Sepi via Srikhola. From Gurdum onwards, the trails were completely void of snow. Though the roads were still pretty downhill, it is not very hard to tread on them, as this last stretch of trekking feels like a calm walk through winding forest roads. The trail is actually a mixture of both uphill and downhill roads, with greenery surrounding you on either side. After trekking for about a kilometer, we saw a mountain stream with a bridge on it. The place was really photogenic, with all the prayer flags flapping with the wind, along with the calm, soothing ripple of the stream. After further trekking for another 2 kilometers, we finally left the hiking trail and descended upon broad roads. There were very few cars plying on the road, and we were the only people walking on it. The calm, peaceful Pacific ambience inspired our friend Shouro to preach a few words of wisdom for you guys.
60 বছর বয়সে 10 কোটি টাকা কামিয়ে কোনো লাভ নেই যদি 26 বছর বয়সে নিজের শখ না পূরণ করতে পারো কোনো লাভ নেই।
Our destination today is Sepi via Srikhola. We had plans to halt at Srikhola, but then we changed it to Sepi. And officially it's the last day of our trek, so everyone's like in high spirits.
Yo!
Yeah!
Last day, babe.
We conquered Sandakphu, so
Yeah!
that's a big thing. And yeah, right now the road is pretty much very plain, so it's just a chill trek, like a summer trek, just enjoying the scenery around and just walking downhill. So yeah, I'll see you guys at Sepi.
Seriously, the last part of the trek was just a tranquil walk down the paved roads, feeling like free men with no anxiety or burden of life upon us, gleaming with satisfaction of completing one of the toughest trek routes in India. This is the Srikhola river, upon which the place of Srikhola is named. And this is the famous Srikhola bridge. After a brisk photography session upon the bridge, we resumed our walk towards Sepi, which is just a kilometer away from the bridge. We stayed in Mingma Homestay at Sepi, small, cozy homestay beside the main road, perfect for a night's halt. In the evening, we enjoyed some barbecue along with some sweet music and raised a toast to us. The next day we woke up at 5 to catch a scheduled car to Darjeeling. It took us more than 5 hours to reach Darjeeling. After reaching Darjeeling, we roamed around a bit, went to the market and did some shopping. Then we went to Caventer's and had a delicious filling lunch. After all, visiting Caventer's is quintessential if you are in Darjeeling. Afterwards, we booked a cab to descend down to NJP as our train back home was at 8 PM from NJP station. The car ride to NJP made us realize, much to our sadness, that our Sandakphu trip came to an end. But we were happy. We had just completed one of the toughest winter trekking routes in India, and that made us immensely happy. You see, throughout the trek, we got to experience so much. The cold, the snow, the mountain villages, the views, the food, and it also taught us the virtue of resilience. Despite all odds, we pushed through and made it to the top. The trek inspired us more than anything to try even tougher trekking routes. So trek, because it shows you how small you are in this massive world. Trek, because it brings out the explorer in you, because it lets you wander, because it pushes you closer to peace. Trek for the views, for the mountains, the trails, the climbs. Trek, because it makes you realize you have been missing out on an adventurous life.